Where do I begin? Where the fuck do I begin? I think we begin with the stats. Let me just. There we go. Let's begin with the stats. Let's pull that back across like that. And there we go. So here are the stats for the game. Now, we always knew he was going to have no possession and less shots in target. We all knew they were going to favour them in the stats. But that, XG of 0.21. 0.26 was when he scored. Coburn with a 0.64 XG chance. And where is it? Negley with a 0.51 XG chance. Basically, those two chances, which were 0.64, 0.51, that's a 0.05, 0.15. So 1.15 of our XG was creating two chances, which we always knew was going to happen. But honestly, these two chances are unforgivable. The fact that Negley hasn't hit the target there, and whatever the fuck Coburn did for his, honestly, if you haven't seen it, I honestly implore you to go and watch the highlights. And if it doesn't show you them, then try and find some sort of extended highlights on the game, because honestly, what the fuck Coburn did, I have no idea how he's even been able to do what he did. But we'll get into the game. These are. Hang on. Let me go to the lineups. Here we go. These are your match ratings, and it puts us better than Palace. 100%, a million percent. Mateta had a 5.8 game because Kramer was so good. That's why he's so high and he's so low. Tristan Kramer was fucking brilliant, and he is better than Jake Cooper already, and he is 22, 23 years old. Caleb Taylor had a solid game and showed enough for me that he's definitely able to start. I think Grant had a solid game as well. Wes Harding and Sturge as well. Very impressed with the back five. Mazusako, honestly, I am stunned. He was brilliant in that game. Absolutely solid. Didn't put a foot wrong the whole game. 100% defensively sound. The goal that they scored wasn't from any kind of lapse in concentration or a defensive error. They just got a bit lucky that the ball came their way and he poked it home into a virtually empty net. Amaku didn't do much when he came on. Maybe could have done a bit better with one of the chances he had. But other than that, didn't really have much to do. Same with Jack Cowland, although he did get the assist from the corner. And Leonard scored. Ballo showed to me today that I think he could be good enough to start as well. And I think get Negley, get Coburn away from this team. Negley had a 7.2, apparently. 21 out of 31 accurate passes. But I'm so sorry. I thought Negley was Algerian, not Dutch, unless he's announced himself as Dutch. He linked up the play. He's very good at linking up the play. But that chance, one-on-one with Benitez, how he hasn't scored, I have no idea. Just decision-making again. And it's the same old fucking story. It's the same story against Wrexham, same story against Middlesbrough, same story against Charlton, same story against fucking Who else did we play? I think that's it. I don't know. I don't care. SA dropped a generational stinker against us. Couldn't really get anything going. Couple neat flicks and touches, and there's obvious signs that there is a fucking good player in there. But I feel like his confidence was shot, and tonight did not help. Pino, again, he needs to sort himself out, to be honest. He needs to get himself in the fucking gym. Sosa and Munoz didn't really cause us too much issues. Munoz around the back was dangerous at times, but didn't really do much, to be fair. Didn't have a lot to do defensively. Canvo, Lacroix, Gurhey and Benitez, again, didn't really have much to do. They weren't terrible, they weren't good. Same with Chris Richards. His goal literally was just a toe poke from 4 yards out. Couldn't miss. Into the bottom corner from the right hand side into the left. Like it's a fucking anyone that was in that position that Richards was in would have scored. I don't think it was physically possible to miss. But we are missing players like Denor, Aziz, and Doughty, I feel. And that's not to discredit Sturge, Negley, or Kelly or Mazusako. Kelly got injured in the game, that's why he came off the 20th, and that's when, or 23rd, and that's when Ballo came on, and I thought Ballo had a solid game. Ivanovic did well, got linking up a few times. I just feel like he got fucked over in this game. Some of the forward passes and some of the fucking stuff he tried to do. Bender was good today. Again, although, having said that, poor one moment was just really poor. But we'll get into it here. They started really brightly, opening 45 seconds, minute, 2 minutes. Yuri Pino with a shot from the edge of the box, just chopped inside, looked to go to the far corner. It's a good save in the end from Bender, and you just thought that, okay, here we go. But other than a free kick for Sosa, who probably should have crossed it. SA with a terrible shot, more terrible shots, nothing really happened. And then this shot from Ivanovic, good play to get it out wide to him. He tried to open it up, put it in the far corner, but he ended up going a good 10, 15 yards over the bar. And then a minute later, Negley's chance. And it was after the first, 26 minutes, they put us under play. This was not much. This wasn't that good of it. That was a header at the back post. That was basically, as you can see, right on the line. The Bender parried behind, and then this shot was a nothing shot. But after that, after the first 25, 26 minutes, that was it from Palace. We grew into the game, and Ivanovic could have done better there. Should have scored. I like Negley. I always think of him as a number 10, not a winger. But when your striker's not able to get any chances because everyone's manhandling them, you need your wingers and your attacking midfielders if you're going to play a 3-5-2 or 3-4-2-1, or if you're going to play a 4-2-3-1. If you're playing a lone striker, you need the players playing in behind him to step up when the striker can't do much. And unfortunately, Negley didn't. He's through 1-on-1. He's running kind of from here to here, kind of more narrower, making the goal kind of moving centre slightly. And Benitez has rushed out, and Benitez is about here. When he's took the shot, he's got to either go over him, bend it round him, side foot it near post, or just hit it. Just hit it. Hit it far post. Because he could parry it, he might get a touch on it and it bounces and flicks up back towards you, or trickles towards goal and you can run round him and then put it into an empty net or something. Just hits it. He tries to place it and ends up putting it wide, and he's got to score. It's inexcusable. Inexcusable. I don't care who you are. Anyone at any level puts that away. Sunday League players put that away. Got to score. Especially when you're playing against a team that's so strong in the division above you. 25, 30 places above you in the footballing pyramid. Unbeaten in 15. The massive favourites going into this. You're obviously the underdogs. And you've got to take your chances when you get. And we didn't. Ivanovic's header was a cross from here that he's headed here into the far post. Not much you could do with that. And then this shot was a decent one. Ball comes across, Sturge chests it down, plays it through Munoz's legs on the half volley. Along the floor, Benitez does well to get down. This was just a nothing shot. But yeah, we go into half time and you feel that had Ivanovic taken a touch and maybe tried to hit it, although I'm not sure if he had enough time to. But at the very least, Negley scores. We're 1-0 up, and we celebrated, and then Palace put a lot of pressure on us first 15-20 minutes of the half. Coburn has his chance. And the cross comes in from the left by Ballo. And rather than just, as the ball's coming towards you, you knock it with your left. Like here, you just knock it with your left. Or you open your body up and put it right. For some reason, he doesn't. He just goes at it with his right foot like that. And somehow, I don't know what part of the body it hit. It might have been his arm, it could have been his chest, it could have been his face. But he kicks it into himself. He stretches out, and somehow, in doing that motion, going towards the goal, he's hit himself. So that's two massive. I know it says big chances missed. I don't know how they had four. But honestly, this should have been 2 goals. Palace still piling on the pressure. And then Richard scores. Mateta's shot just fell to him, and the shot was blocked and went behind for the corner, or for the subsequent corner. Corner comes in at the near post. It's flicked on, but it hits a Millwall player and drops down. Mateta's holding it up around 4 Millwall players. Tries to back in it, miskicks it, and somehow it goes through 2 Millwall players. Finds Richards, who just toe pokes it home and just twats it into the bottom left. But the toe poke, you just knew it was coming. You just knew it was coming. I said it, I was like, I cannot believe that we've lost this game. We should have won the game. We should have won this game in normal time. It's honestly so fucking infuriating. We're so inept in front of goal. But then more chances happen. This was a Michael's chance I spoke about earlier. Lovely ball in behind. I think it was played by Cramo. Just put it through for him. It just took too long. It got blocked behind for. I think it got blocked behind for a corner that nothing happened. But Leonard's corner, Howland's corner. Leonard made the move from about here into the front post, flicked it into the far post, and it was nothing we deserved. Nothing more than we deserved. This chance, however, holy fucking shit. Kyle has it here, lovely ball, defence splitting pass into Munoz, who got the wrong side of Sturge. Bender comes out, Munoz plays it across to Mateta that stood 2 yards in front of the penalty spot, opened up his body, you think he's going to slide it home. And from the angle that we had, we thought it was in as soon as he's passed it. And then all I see is it go past the post. I don't see the net bowls. I'm like, what the hell happened? he's opened his body, and as he's opened his body, I think he's kind of slipped, so his foot is kind of gone like that, and it's hit him and gone well wide. And that was the last chance of the game. Mateta pen scored, and then Kramer, terrible pen, just took 2 steps. It was like he was doing a 1-step pen, but there was no conviction. It's a good save. Benitez guessed right, bottom left, parries it round. Decent penalties from the rest of them, except to Marku, who once again, no. I am sick to fucking death of footballers not just running and blasting it. Put some pace on your shot. Don't try and play no mind games. Don't try and trick the fucking keeper. Just hit it. Because those that stutter and those that take too long with their fucking run-ups have no power in their pens. And both Kramer and Amaku didn't do a run-up, just casually walked up to the ball. In Kramer's case, he took 2 steps to the ball. And both of them were fucking poor pens. I mean, it's 41 pens. I want to get into it because the overall performance was good. I said before the game, all I wanted, I could give less of a fuck what the score is. We could lose 6-0, but as long as we played well and we were just outfought, or not outfought, but just outplayed. If we're getting passed around like it's prime fucking Barcelona, but we're doing everything that we can right, and it's just one of them days, then whatever. I didn't care about the score, but the fact that we should have won this game against, other than Canvo, who I'd never heard of, and SA, who after this game definitely is never playing a minute of football, Premier League football again. Yes, he's their sub, but he's an experienced goalkeeper that is good enough for the Prem. And then Guehi, Lacroix, Sosa, Kamala, Hughes, Munoz, Pino and Mateta start for Palace on a Premier League match day. They'll play Liverpool with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at least. Benitez, no, because I've got Henderson, who's a better goalkeeper, but he's good enough. And maybe Tyreek Mitchell over Sosa, I'm not sure, but I don't know who Canvo is, but it looks like he's going to play. Although I do feel like it will be Richards instead of Canvo. Munoz definitely starts. Devaney may start ahead of someone, but all of these are Premier League starters, except Canvo, although I feel like he made a case for himself today. He was pretty decent. SA, definitely not, though. Like, SA definitely doesn't make the team. Although I don't know who plays there. Instead, maybe Kamada goes ahead and Lerma plays in midfield. But this is a Premier League quality team that they put out. Bar SA. And we outworked them, outplayed them. Yeah, they had more possession and more shots and whatever. They're going to. But we should have won this game. They did nothing of note, really. They couldn't string 2 passes together at times. Kramer, Taylor and Grant were phenomenal at the back. I feel like I feel like that's a bit harsh on him. I think he should be a 7.0 at least. He was good. Harding and Sturge getting back when they were doing their defensive duty, same with Mazusako, were fucking brilliant. Dan Kelly was good. For a start. And I think Bangura Williams as a deeper midfielder wasn't the worst. He was solid today. Dallo, solid when he came on. Ryan Leonard was decent. Amaku and Howland. But these 3 couldn't really do much. There was not much you can do in 10, 12 minutes. It ended up being 15 because of the time added on. But we're making subs way too late. This was forced, I'm pretty sure. This was a half-time change, I'm pretty sure. And Ballo was a substitute. Was an injury sub. Because Kelly went down injured. We're making subs way too late. Is the one critique I'd have. But for the rest of it, Ivanovic, I'm starting to feel really, really sorry for. Because every time that we thump the ball forward, All I saw was Lacroix, Gurhey, or Canvo, whoever was in charge of it. More often than not, it was Gurhey and Lacroix were just wrestling with him, and you can't do much if you're being pulled about everywhere. You've got no way to move or anything. I feel like he needs to hit the gym a bit and get himself a bit stronger. But at the same time, there isn't much he can really fucking do. And you do have to feel sorry for him. Coburn is a good link-up player. Don't get me wrong. But that's it. He can't finish. I've spent 2.5 million on a hold-up striker that doesn't score goals. Negley, again, had a decent game. He got back and defended quite well at times. And his link-up play was good. But he's had that one moment where anyone has to score. You think Sturge or even Taylor or Kramer at least hit the target in that situation. You have to. I'd say the same if we were playing a goalkeeper in that position and he had that chance. You have to score. There's no excuses. It's not good enough. But one bit of luck, and to be fair, our goal was a moment of quality. But a bit of luck for Palace. Like, I'm not salty. I'm not bitter. You can say what you fucking want. I don't care. You got lucky. A couple of ricochets that fell your way and he poked it home. Good reactions from Richards. Good anticipation. But when all Palace fans were saying before the game that it's revenge of Mateta or it's Mateta's going to fucking destroy this lot, Kramer had him locked the fuck up. Apart from that one chance at the end where it's 93rd, I think it was actually 94th minutes. I think it was 93:04. I think I might not have been. It might have been just before that. But Jesus Christ, honestly, Mateta did nothing in that game, and that is to the massive, massive credit of Grant, Kramer, and Taylor, who all have staked a claim in giving Alex Neil a headache for Monday. In my opinion, Mazu Sakho deserves a start. He's annoyed. He's worried about putting Kundal deeper. And doesn't. He said that Kundal's deeper because there's no one else to put there. I think Mazu Sakho's proved he should be put there. Harding, I think, should play right back instead of Leonard if we're not going to put Kramer right back. Though I wouldn't be upset if this was our back four. Grant, Kramer, Taylor, Sturge. Maybe take out Grant, put Kramer right. Obviously, Grant plays centre back and Kramer right back. But I wouldn't mind if Grant gets taken out for Cooper. Kramer plays right back with Taylor, Cooper, Sturge. I think that would be fair. But Harding, so far, has not put a foot wrong in playing at fullback or slash wing back so far in the 3 games he's played this season. There. Or started there. I think Harding should be our right back instead of Leonard. If we're not going to put Kramer there, Mazu Sakho has made a case for him to start. I think Imaku, Ballo, and Bangura Williams should be our 3 and behind Ivanovic on Monday. I think it should be a 4-2-3-1. I am very, very, very. I'm pleasantly surprised at this formation and how well we played in it. We warmed up in a back 4, apparently, to play a back 3/5. So maybe that was just to put some confusion on Oliver Glasner. I don't know. But they were more than good. And if we go and play a back 3 in future, I would not turn my nose up at it. I wouldn't be angry. I welcome it. We need a switch up. The 4-4-2's not been working and he's been too persistent with it. and it worked against Norwich, but it hasn't worked anywhere else. I mean, sort of sure against Sheffield United to a degree, but that's because of one of our strikers flicking on a set piece to our attacking midfielder that was playing centre mid. We might have been playing around mid, I can't remember. But it was a set piece that he scored from. The Norwich game was Kramer and Doughty just putting two quality balls in. Kramer from across the box into Negley, and when Langstaff was brought on, it was Doughty into Langstaff who made that brilliant run. And I just feel that the signs are there. It's our fullbacks into our strikers slash attacking players that are working wonders. I think we know that, which is why we played this back five. Because we had Grant playing as like a wing back, with Harding playing as a winger at times, and it felt like Negley was deeper than Sturge for half the game. Like, I think that was our best performance this season. It was a fucking brilliant performance. Just one note for those of you that don't know, Bender played instead of Crocombe because Crocombe got injured in the fucking warm-up. We now have another fucking injury to add to our growing fucking list. That's 8. I'm pretty sure we have like 12 players out injured. But honestly, if we can play like that this season, we'll be up there. It's about finding that consistency though. Because it's well and good doing it in a one-off game, but we played good against Norwich, well, unlucky against Borough, but ultimately lost. Played brilliantly against Sheffield United, and then shit against Wrexham. We were then shit against Charlton, and that was by far our worst performance of the season. And now we'll be fucking good against Palace. So we need to be fucking good against Watford, capitalise on Watford's poor start to the season, and sink them. We need some home form, because if we don't get our home form sorted out, the fans will turn on the players and Alex Neil. Which is the last thing we need, because then the players start performing worse and the pressure ramps up on them, and the worse we do. But all in all, a fucking brilliant performance. We should have won this game, and I'm proud of us for that. I don't think it's anything that Palace can hark on about too much. I think, in a way, I think it's sort of a little bit embarrassing, considering how badly we played against Charlton. But I knew, or I had an inkling, that this was going to be the game where we put that right and have a good performance. That's why ultimately I said 1-0. I originally had us to win 2-1, which we should have done. But I changed it to 1-0 because I thought it would go to pens. But I'm proud of the boys. I don't think any Palace fan can really say much. They couldn't get us done in 90 minutes at their own backyard when we have a rotated squad and 12, at least at the very least, 8 of our first team players out injured. Maybe 7. But I'm pretty sure this is missing someone that I can't really remember. But alas, we move on to Monday. We really, really, really need to carry this form into the next few games, because having this good performance once in a cup game we've ultimately lost isn't going to cut it. We need to bring this performance to Watford and kick on from there. But that's it from me. Let me know your thoughts on the game down in the comments below, whether you are a Millwall, Palace, or even just a neutral that watched the game. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Let me know what you thought I got right or wrong. Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you on Monday for Watford.